Today, I'm trying to go from 0 to $1 trillion in only 5 hours. But I can only use scary Halloween Brainrots. And at the end of this video, I'll be giving away my entire spooky base to a random subscriber. So without further ado, the timer starts now. All right, we need to hurry up and lock in. Now, I know what you're saying.
BoBlox, how are you gonna do this? Because no Halloween Brainrots spawn at the beginning.
Well, we're gonna need some new beanies. But on top of that, for every money milestone I reach in this video, I actually get a scary Halloween Brainrot. And the first milestone is at $1,000. So until then, we're just gonna be buying a lot of new beanies. So let's make a new beanie army. All right, it's been like 6 or 7 minutes since we started, and I believe if I just walk along my new beanies and my Tim Cheese and Lurlai, there we go. We've reached our first money milestone of $1,000. So if I just jump on here now, beg Sammy, please spawn in the Halloween Brainrot, please. And it worked. There it is. The Quackula spawned, but it costs $310,000. I don't have enough for that. Sammy, why would you do this to me, man? What am I supposed to do? Sammy, can I just have it, man? Can I just have this one, please? He said, all right, one freebie. Oh my goodness. Thank the Lord. Okay. Let me get it, man. Let me get it. So I believe it should just spawn right here. And it worked. Oh my goodness. Perfect. We got the Quackula. All right. This will help us out a lot to reach our next money milestone, which we're literally going to hit right now. Just stepping on this, and boom, our next money milestone has been hit, which was $10,000, which means we should be getting another Brainrot if Sammy just wants to spawn that in. And there it is, the Bujo de Fuego, which also costs 300k, but won't be too big of a deal because if we just run over here to our base, we can easily collect enough money to get it once our Quackula locks in. But we are going to actually need some space in our base, so we're just going to go ahead and sell this bad boy. Everything should be fine. Now, we're going to let this one go and ask Sammy to make another one for us later, because to get some more money, we should be focusing on rebirthing. So once we get to $1 million and get a Trippy Troppy and Gangsta Patera, we'll go ahead and rebirth. But first, 300k. All right, and I see a Bujo de Fuego going by right now. We just hit 350k. Oh, it was 345. Perfect. Now we get a Bujo de Fuego, which makes 1.8k a second. And low-key, he looks like a nerd. I'm not gonna lie. So now we can focus on rebirthing and getting to our next money milestone, which is $500,000. Shouldn't be too hard to hit with all this stuff. Yeah, now we just need to sit around and hope for some good Brainrots. It's been about 15 minutes, I think, since we started the challenge, and everything's going pretty well. I got a few more Brainrots, like a Perocello Lemoncello, a Trick Track Bada Boom, and of course a Lionel Cactuselli. So if we just grab all this money, and we should be at 500,000, which means we get our next Brainrot. But I have a feeling we're not going to be able to afford this one. So Sammy, go ahead and spawn it in. And it's just what I thought, a zombie tralala, which looks awesome, I'm not gonna lie, but costs $100 million. So we are gonna have to do something crazy to get that much money. And by crazy, I mean we are going to buy some lucky blocks. And I don't mean just any lucky blocks, but secret lucky blocks. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend some Robux just for you guys. And here we are with our 2 lucky blocks. And I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, why didn't you buy more than one? Why didn't you buy more than one? I can't afford that. So we actually can't move on to the next money milestone until we get that Tralalero Tralala zombified. And that means we just have to sit here for a long time. These Tortellini Dragon Frutinis will help a lot, but it's still gonna take me a long time. So to help with that, I'm going to rebirth. So let's get our Trippy Troppy and Gangsta Fratera, so that way we can get a cash multiplier. And right here is a Gangsta Fratera, sweet. And a Trippy Troppy should be spawning about any time. And I was right. Oh my goodness, my base is full. Okay, I can't even get the Trippy Troppy. That's not gonna help me. We're gonna say bye-bye to ta-ta-ta-ta Sahor and Mr. Trippy Troppy, hello. Now we can rebirth, which will help us out a lot. So let's go ahead and do that. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, your Brainrots are gone. No. I actually moved them over to my alt account. So give me a second so I can get them back. And boom, now we have all our stuff. But since we rebirth, I can no longer buy any other Brainrots to help with this challenge. We can solely only rely on our money milestones, which is gonna suck, but it should be worth it in the end. All right, it's been almost 30 minutes since I started the challenge, and we aren't doing so good, I'm not gonna lie. But something that's gonna help a lot is that zombie tralala. So if we just collect the money, we have 100 mil, and now we can actually purchase the zombie tralala. So Sammy, spawn that bad boy in. Boom, there we go. The zombie tralala has spawned, and this thing is honestly so amazing. So let's go ahead and buy it. And we got our first secret of the challenge. challenge. Now, this bad boy is going to help us out quite a bit. 500k a second is a lot. Way more than our Tortughini Dragon Frutinis, which we unfortunately now need to sell since we have an OP Brainrot. So, bye-bye. But now that we have sold them, we actually have reached another money milestone, which is at $1 million. But our rebirth didn't count because we needed that to rebirth. So for $1 million, what do I get, Sammy? And it looks like we get a Telemorte, which is actually a really scary Brainrot, I'm not gonna lie. Bro's just kicking a head around. And it caused how much? 250 million. That's actually a lot of money. What the heck? Do I even have enough for that? No, I don't. Okay, Sammy, you're gonna have to spawn this one back in. I'm not gonna wait. It's only 55 million. I was lying. We can totally afford. Wait, how much is this Brainrot? I can't see. 550 million. Oh my goodness. That is no bueno for me. That is no bueno at all. We're just gonna have to sit here because, like I said, we can no longer use anything else except our spooky, scary Brainrots. So I'll see you guys when we get to 500 million. All right, I was just sitting here waiting for the Brainrots to make money, as one does, and the witching event just started. So if anything cool could spawn that's spooky, that would be great. But it doesn't look like any of that is honestly gonna happen. So maybe I should just buy the rebirth Brainrots, like the Berber, Patapine, and Boneka Ambaloo. But now we have 550 million, so we can go ahead and get our next spooky Brainrot finally. We don't have to watch it walk by. And a Berber Patapine. How convenient. There it is, our Telemorte. So let's go ahead and buy this bad boy. Oh my goodness. It is honestly such a good design. One of the best Brainrots I've seen in a while from this game. So now we have the Zombie Chalala, Quackula, Bujeo de Fuego, and of course the Telemorte. And all of these are nice, but I don't think they'll be enough for our next Brainrot, which is something very overpowered. Our next money milestone at $50 million, which our milestones are becoming very easy to hit. Just buying the Brainrots itself is hard. But as you can see, we are making some crazy money, which is nice under one condition. Buying these spooky Brainrots is a dent in the wallet, but hopefully it all works out. So our next milestone, 50 million, was super easy to reach. So let's see what Brainrot we actually get. And oh my goodness, a La Spooky Grande just spawned, and this thing looks awesome, but it costs $2.9 billion. I don't know how I'm supposed to get that. It's gonna take me a long time. So I'm gonna wait for everything to spawn, hit a few rebirths, and I'll come back to you guys when I have the 2.5 billion. With just 3 hours and 37 minutes left, we are finally at 2.5 billion. It took a long time, but while I did that, I got to like rebirth level 5. So we got the second layer, and now we can get our next spooky Brainrot finally, and I'll be a happy camper. There it is, yet again, our La Spooky Grande. And this thing looks beautiful, and it's not 2.5 billion, it's 2.9. So we need to quickly run back to our base, collect some more money. Perfect, $3 billion. There we go, we got our La Spooky Grande. We are looking good. This base is looking very scary. Comment below if you guys like these Brainrots. But anyways, our next money milestone is actually 150 million. But I again think we're gonna have to AFK for us to get our next Brainrot. So let's see what it is and if we can afford it. Miti terra, basically terra, and we can actually afford it, I think. If we just quickly run back to our base and get some more money, we should be kind of good. Yeah, 7.61 billion. We can afford this guy very easily. And this is another pretty cool looking spooky Brainrot. I'm actually very impressed by how they designed it. Our next money milestone is 500 million. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, we're making way more money than I think Sammy expected because we've hit the next 2 milestones super easily. So let's just go ahead and get both of those Brainrots to spawn in, our $500 million and our $5 billion. And there they are, the Headless Horseman and La Casa Boo. These things look amazing. Honestly, the Headless Horseman looks pretty mid, but the La Casa Boo looks amazing. The only problem is I don't think we can afford either one right now. Let's quickly collect all of our cash, and yeah, we cannot afford either one. The Headless Horseman is 150 billion and the La Casa Boo is 40 billion. So if we just wait for like 10 minutes, wait, I didn't even collect this. Oh, okay, we might be able to afford it. Maybe. And no, we're gonna have to wait like 3 minutes and then we're gonna get that La Casa Boo. Boom, perfect. We can now afford our La Casa Boo, which is amazing, but we still need our Headless Horseman, which is gonna be very expensive. So let's go ahead and get that La Casa Boo in here. There it is, my beautiful La Casa Boo. This thing looks awesome. Come back to my base so I can look at you further. I mean, what? Just kind of my base, man. And here it is, just wow. Look at this thing, 100 millisecond, and the design is amazing. Look at that tongue, look at that candy, and look at them toes, man. Anyways, we need to lock in because the Headless Horseman was 150 billion, and we can't complete our next money milestone until we have that bad boy. So so we're gonna need it desperately. All right, it's been about 15 to 20 minutes, and we now have 150 billion. So we can get our headless horseman, and our first floor is almost completely filled with spooky Brainrots. So come along, come here, come to my base. Headless horseman looking good, but I really do think this is a very mid design. It's nothing too crazy in my opinion. I don't know. If you guys like it, then you like it, but I don't. And here it is in our base, and okay, maybe it looks a little cooler up close. Our next money milestone is 50 billion. We have 3 hours and 28 minutes left, so we're honestly doing great, but let's get that next Brainrot in here. And there they are, Spooky and Pumpky, which cost 25 billion. So we can get this guy real easily. Come on, come along. Once they're here, we can already get our next money milestone, guys. Sammy completely doubted how long this would take because at 100 billion, we get another Brainrot. And these guys are looking drippy, I'm not gonna lie, looking great. And this looks to be it right here, low spooky combination. So this honestly wasn't too bad at all. And it was only 3 billion, so we should be able to hit our next money milestone. Our next milestone is at 500 billion. So hopefully we get something absolutely crazy right there. But until then, we just have to sit here and be patient. I wasn't recording, but I collected the rest of the money and we have reached $500 billion. We got a Lavaca Jaco-Linterino. That was a very cool spawn effect, but this thing sucks, man. How is this the $500 billion reward? Like what? But let's get it, and it's gonna be the first Brainrot on our second floor. All right, let's do some collecting. We are at 900 million basically, so just a little longer and we'll have everything. All right, I believe it has been more than enough time, and our La Casa Boo and Headless Horseman are really carrying. So let's collect our money, and there we go. $1 trillion completed. So let's get our final Brainrot and let's go rub it in Sammy's face that we beat his challenge way faster than he thought I would. Oh my gosh, a cappuccino clownino. Oh my goodness. Okay. I know what you guys might be thinking. Oh my goodness, this is just a Brainrot god. This is just a Brainrot god. But look at it. It is literally the coolest thing you can get out of the new spooky Lucky Blocks. Look at those eyes, dude. They look amazing. Oh my goodness. It's back at the base, and just look at the detail. The red nose, the candy coming out. This thing looks beautiful. But we have 2 more slots left, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill them with the spooky Lucky Blocks. So Sammy, since I beat you in your challenge, I think I deserve the spooky Lucky Blocks. And he said, fine, only because you won. That's what I thought. Give me my spooky Lucky Blocks. Spawn them in right now. And here they are. Oh my goodness. They look so cool. 350 million, which is light work for me. And then we will be giving away this entire base to a random subscriber. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you want this. There's 1 and there is 2. Let's open these bad boys up and see what we get. And are you serious right now? A Mumby Baloo? I don't want that, man. I don't want that at all. All right, what are we gonna get from this one? Come on, give me something better than that. Please. Oh my goodness. We just got 2 Mummy Baloos. That is awful. Okay. But anyways, if you guys want this base, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and comment down your username. I'll be checking if you're subscribed. But besides that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.